property. So I will just write that bibostability property in terms of equation. So you can see here, I know my output y of t I can write in terms of the operator h of x of t. This you all know very well. So now if I relate input and output using this relationship, y of t is equal to h of x of t, then I can say the operator h should be bibostable. The operator h is bibostable if the output signal y of t satisfies the condition. So understand the concept. I am going to write the condition for the bibostability. So to write the condition for the bibostability, first what I am doing is I am writing my output in terms of input using the operator capital H. So now I am giving the condition that the operator H is bibostable. Now I am telling that operator H is bibostable. So where that operator is present, you know that operator is present inside the system. If the operator is stable, automatically the system is also stable. Okay. So in different properties, vice versa, we use the words. We will use operator is stable, and in some properties we will use system is stable. Both are same because this H is the operator inside the system. If H is stable, indirectly it says that system is also stable. So I hope you follow this. So I can say my operator is following bibostability at what condition? If the output signal y of t satisfies the condition. So this you have to write. Magnitude of y of t is less than or equal to m subscript y less than infinity for all t. So bibostability means the value should be less than infinity. It should not cross beyond the infinity. Okay. So I have written the condition for y of t. So bibostability is not only dependent on the condition of y of t, it is also dependent on the condition of x of t, because my definition says that if x of t is bounded, my y of t is also bounded. So what I should do? My output should satisfy the condition. My output y of t should satisfy the condition for h to be bibostable when my input signal x of t also satisfies the condition. If my input signal x of t satisfies the condition, then my output signal y of t also satisfies this condition, then I can call my h is bibostable. Am I right here? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I should write the condition of x of t. So like how I have written for y of t, the same way I should write the condition for x of t. The magnitude of x of t should be less than or equal to m subscript x, because it is input signal subscript is x less than infinity. Okay. So they have started with h, then they went to output, and then they went to input. I can also define in this way. How I can define? If my input signal satisfies the condition a magnitude of x of t less than mx less than infinity, my output also satisfies the condition magnitude of y of t less than my less than infinity, then I can call the operator is bibostable. So you can write in any way. Okay. So you can ask me a question, ma'am, what is mx, my? Mx and my, these are the finite numbers, okay? These are some finite numbers. So when we solve the problem, we will understand exactly in place of mx and my, what we will substitute or what should be there. So we will solve the problems for each properties. See, like in first module, we discussed different types of signals and different types of operation. And then for all the operations and for all the signals, we have solved the problem. In the same way, initially we discuss all the properties of the system, then we will solve the problems for all the properties. Okay. So now I should write the condition for the discrete time systems. You know, like signals also we have done the same thing. For continuous time signal, we have written the equation. For discrete time signal, we have written the equation. In the same way, for discrete time system also, I should write the same two equations. So I can say the operator H is stable. When it is stable, if y of n satisfies the condition y of n, magnitude of y of n less than or equal to my less than infinity. See, I have shown here, in case of discrete time, you should not use capital M. So that's why, see, I have overwritten. Initially, I have written capital M, then I have overwritten like this. So this should be small m. Whereas, I will scroll the screen up. Whereas for the continuous time signal, see my M, I have expressed in terms of capital M. Okay. See, these are all the important things they will see in the exam. Capital M should be used for continuous. See, somewhere in your notes you just mention. Later when you copy, you just copy correctly. So I have to use small m. So y of n should follow the condition when y of n, when it follows the condition, when x of n follows this condition. So all are interrelated. So now I want you to leave one page for writing the notes of stability. After leaving one page, I will forward these notes to you in the classroom app. Later you can copy the notes, but right now along with me you have to solve the problem. So the problems which I am solving is either from the prescribed book or from the question paper, university question paper. So if you are thorough with what we are doing in the class, 100% you can pass the subject in the exam. Okay. So write down this question, example 1.13. Show that moving average system y of n is equal to 1 by 3 x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2 is Bibot stable. Bibot stable. If you have copied, you just let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now seeing the question itself, can anybody tell me whether it comes under stable or unstable? Seeing the question, I have given some example when I started with stability
Stable.
property. Is it stable or not stable?
Stable.
Stable. Very good. Stable. Very good. Because my output y of n is in terms of x of n, but not in the powers of x of n. See, powers means my output will cross my limit. Okay. So here it is not even x of n plus 1. Plus 1 means advanced. Even it is not plus 1, it is minus 1, minus 2. So 100% my output y of n will be less than the input. So that means it is within the range. It will not cross the range. So seeing the question itself, I come to the conclusion it is Bibot stable. But if they ask this question for 3 marks, simply if I write in one line, I won't get 3 marks. I have to show some calculations. So now you just write the calculation. Assume, you are assuming that magnitude of x of n, this is the condition we just discussed earlier, less than mx less than, see m I have written capital, you should change into small mx less than infinity. I'm just assuming it. See why I'm assuming, if my input is bounded, my output is also bounded. So I have to assume the input bounded. Then I have to say whether my output is following the input or not. So after writing that, I'm just finding the magnitude of y of n. Can anybody tell me why I'm finding the magnitude of y of n? Why? Because magnitude of y of n, we have the condition. It should be less than my less than infinity. So because of that reason, I am writing magnitude of y of n. You know how to find the magnitude of y of n? Just writing the magnitude symbol for the y of n expression in the question, I will get the magnitude of y of n. So see here, 1 by 3 magnitude of x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2. So later on, what we are doing is, we are taking magnitude for each term within the bracket, each term. We are just splitting the magnitude. So we are just splitting the magnitude. You can see magnitude of x of n plus magnitude of x of n minus 1 plus magnitude of x of n minus 2. Okay. So now, once we have written this, we can start the condition. In the condition, we know it is less than or equal to, less than or equal. So I'm just, once I apply the magnitude for each term, then I no need to use equal to symbol. I can start with less than or equal. Okay. So now I can say that I have written the condition magnitude of x of n is less than mx. Okay, which is less than infinity. So I can replace my x of n with mx, or even the delayed version is also mx. Even the second delayed element is also mx. So magnitude means we are just taking the magnitude part. This minus 1, minus 2 is nothing but the delay value. It is a delay. See, for example, I can say if this is x of n, if this is x of n, and my x of n minus 1 will be here, n minus 1, and x of plus 1 will be here. But I am not taking the time period. I am taking only the amplitudes of the delays, the minus 1, plus 1, and x of n. Amplitudes only I am taking. If I take the amplitude, irrespective of this minus 2, minus 5, minus 6, my amplitudes will be same. So mx, mx, mx. Okay. So if I add 3mx, then it becomes 3mx. So if you divide it, you will be getting mx. So my y of n, magnitude of y of n is obeying the condition mx. It is less than or equal to mx. So if it is obeying less than or equal to mx, definitely it will obey less than or equal to my also. So I can conclude that the given quotient, the given system is bibostable. Can we conclude?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you just concluded y of n is, since y of n is less than or equal to mx, it will be less than or equal to my also. Therefore, the given system is bibostable. Just conclude like this. So now, I will just show you the next problem. After I forward you the notes, you can copy the solution. Seeing the question itself, I want you to tell me whether it is stable or unstable.
Unstable.
Unstable, because
Unstable.
very good, because y of n is equal to r power n. So we multiply with x of n. So if my x of n is 1, because of this power 1, r power n, my output will be multiplied huge times. So it will not be bounded, so it is unstable. So to prove unstable, we no need to write much writing part. So you can see in the screen, like how we have done the same way. So we are initially assuming that it is stable. Then later we are going to prove it is unstable. So x of n, magnitude of x of n is less than small mx, less than infinity. So now I am taking the magnitude for y of n. So y of n is equal to, the question is magnitude of r power n into magnitude of, you are taking the total magnitude here. Later you are splitting the magnitude. When you split the magnitude, because of this term, magnitude of r power n, we will say that magnitude of y of n, cannot satisfy the condition. Cannot satisfy the condition. Cannot means you can write less than or equal to with the dash, means the strikeout line. Less my less than infinity. So you can conclude that your system for this problem is unstable. Is it fine? Okay. So out of 6 properties, we have discussed only one property today. So we will just, second module is not simple like first module. You have much topics in second module. Not many problems are there. So we should do it a little bit fast. Problem, I want a reply from you. If everybody knows this, then I will not again solve now. If you want me to explain this, I will explain. Can I get a reply from you people? Make it fast.
We have done, ma'am.
So no need to explain. Other than you, anybody wants me to explain, I will explain. Otherwise, I will continue the second module itself. The solution here in this PDF is exactly correct. I have taken one of your friends So I have checked it. So this is the answer. So somebody replied, you have done, you got the same answer, ma?
Yes, ma'am.